Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we're looking at Wolverine 18, the second issue by John Byrne. Can't wait to show it to you. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit like, and let's get into it. Alright, so John Byrne famously left the X-Men after his amazing run with Chris Claremont. Days of Future Past, introduction of Alpha Flight, the Dark Phoenix saga, of course. Introduction of Kitty Pryde, introduction of Dazzler. I know everyone's like, hold the phone on that one. But anyway, I love Dazzler, so screw you. So many great things. But then, John Byrne left unhappy and swore never to do the X-Men again. And then he came back and did Wolverine for a few issues anyway, just as the breakdown artist. And I'll get into that in a second. But I was very excited. I mean, of course, I love John Byrne, and luckily he drew, 2, if not 3, sometimes annuals, miniseries. Like, he was always, pretty prolific, so I was happy to get my John Byrne fill whenever and wherever I could. I followed him on everything, and Wolverine isn't my favorite X-Men. He never was. He was more my brother's character, so I let my brother have him. I had Storm, I had Kitty, I do love Colossus and Wolverine, and Nightcrawler, and I do love Wolverine. I mean, I followed him everywhere, Weapon X, everything. And so, like I said, I was very excited to see John Byrne come on here. I wonder how Claremont felt about it at the time. That's kind of interesting. But this is a very cool cover. I love John Byrne's inks at the style. I feel like he was definitely going for something a little scratchier. I love this corner box art. Feel like that's Kevin Nollan's art. So he came back as a breakdown artist, which basically means he's doing layouts and like penciling in the characters, maybe doing backgrounds, but usually just suggestions. He's not putting in any line weight, and he's probably not filling in any blacks or anything. But if you've ever seen John Byrne's breakdowns, they are a little tighter than most people's breakdowns would be. He just can't help himself, I'm guessing. Anyway, Archie Goodwin, legend, comics legend, writer. John Byrne, breakdown artist. Klaus Janson, finishing artist, which means that he's coming in and filling in blacks, doing line weights, putting in details wherever he wants. And Klaus Janson brought super magic to, Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns, obviously. They had a great run on Daredevil. I love his inks on John Romita Jr. I felt like it was a little heavy-handed for John Byrne, which is also why I don't like Tom Palmer inking John Byrne. But I feel like there's enough of Byrne coming through, and in retrospect, I feel like I like it more now than I did at the time. Even though, don't get me wrong, I still did like it at the time, but I think I prefer a prettier, more polished John Byrne look. Like, I prefer Terry Austin inks or John Byrne inking himself, or my two favorite combinations. Anyway, Jim Novak, veteran letterer, Glynis Oliver, or Glynis Ween, depending on what point it is. She colored Byrne on the X-Men, so it's definitely great to see her coloring him again. It brings sort of a classic combo together. And I do appreciate, like, the grim and grittiness that Janson brings. I think he's an amazing artist. He brings such texture. I love his use of Zipatone. Like I said, this definitely has Byrne all over it, as far as I feel like I love Byrne's art enough to know, like, how he, tells a story, how he's going to have the camera, his, signature angles and poses. And I was totally down for the ride. It's funny, I feel like this was like kind of a sketchy printing era. I don't know if it printed this way or if it's just old, but like, it's a little disappointing how these blacks aren't as black as I wish they would be. Like, I'm sure this art is like, I think I'd like to, maybe I'll have to get the Wolverine Omnibus to see, like, the art probably printed way better and looks way better. But whatever, it is what it is, and it's still fun. It's always fun to see John Byrne draw any X-Men. And especially Wolverine, since he has like a soft spot and Wolverine's kind of one of his favorites. So that's always fun. I feel like Jean Grey is his other favorite. If you've been reading X-Men Elsewhere, John Byrne's fan fiction that he's been doing for like over 2 years, or maybe just 2 years now on, no, I think it's over 2 years, on his forum, byrnerobotics.com, under the fan fiction. It's very Jean Grey heavy, and that suggests to me that, I feel like he said she's one of his favorites in the past, so I love, what is this, Flag Smasher? Did we get a cover with Flag Smasher by Byrne? I mean, I don't think we did, but that would be awesome. Roadhouse. Oh no, Roadhouse. If there's not a character named Roadhouse, and there probably is, I'm sure Rob Liefeld must have a Roadhouse character. God forbid there should be an action movie that he didn't swipe the title from to name a character. Die Hard. Bloodsport. Oh no, Bloodsport was John Byrne's. Oh my God, how did I make that mistake? I love Bloodsport. Anyway, they all get jumbled after a while, I guess. Blood this, Oh my gosh, so much fun. This is what I love about John Byrne's run on Wolverine. It was just like kind of action-packed and just like Wolverine just like kicking butt, and I mean, it's so classic. I love the brown and orange costume. Like, that's probably the best contribution John Byrne ever had to Wolverine, was making that costume. It just is, excuse me, it just seems, I guess maybe it's just because the one I know. I mean, but it's like you have Paul Smith's iconic X-Men 173 cover with, Wolverine and Rogue on it. Like, that just works so well. I don't know. It would probably be cool in yellow and black, I guess, but probably not as much. Like an Art Adams iconic cover, or pose of Wolverine that's, seen everywhere for years and days. Like, that was brown and orange. Just the Wolvie I know and love. No offense to the yellow costume. And it is kind of fun for nostalgic sake. Like, I really hated the short mask, like, just because, like I said, the John Byrne, like, long mask is, like, the one I know. And, but now I love the short mask. I love it all. Give it to me all. Oh my God, Abe Lincoln's on the show. That is so hysterical. I wonder, like, there's no way. Do you think they did that on purpose? Or am I just seeing things? I'm probably just seeing things. It's funny because John Byrne is like the breakdown artist, but he's still, like, even when he's like cutting corners and just like doing very, like, no backgrounds and stuff, I just kind of like, I just love his art. Let's face it, that's hysterical. Like, just knowing John Byrne as the artist that he is, this is very, like, simple and, I mean, for that to be a John Byrne plane, I mean, how many other books was he doing at this time? He didn't last super long in Wolverine, but I'm so glad in retrospect that he did it. As cantankerous as he is, as many times as he's jumped ships on our favorite titles, he's given us, like, such a catalog, a wealth of embarrassments, an embarrassment of riches. Is that what they say? I guess that's what they say. I like how muddy and gritty Janson gets with his inks. He's such, like, a great artist. I like when he pencils himself. I like his coloring. He's kind of an all-around artist, but he's just kind of magical with his inks. It's very effective for comic book art, I feel. Very cool. Love that. John Byrne's return to the X-Men via Wolverine. And what year is this? 1989. Anyway, we're gonna party like it's 1989. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, hit like, share my content, and I'll bring you some more later. Thanks, guys.